Regna terre et inferni cantiverent satanae cantate lilia. Regna terre conunter Adia lamia in cruce inversa. Salve regina orsi custodes terrae. Potenter status una ad perdendum te. Nullo temore te obliterando. Spiritus potentes. Infernalis in omni nostra potestate et gloria. Liberati sumus ab omni vinciendo spiritu gravi. Qui nos et potestatem nostrum regere studet. Omnum spiritum amundum, qui nos vult humiliare, omnum amundum spiritum contra voluntatem nostrum venientium, abjicamus et destruimus, omnis religiosi spiritus, adversarius quariens potestatem nostrum capere, gaudium nostrum, ab hoc loco quam invisisti, ejectisti, in perpetuum, invisti invitus, perdimus te, nostros revocamus veres, falsi dii te perdimus, non es acceptus, hypocrisis tua et mendacia, allugio te destruimus, singulus biblicus et religiosus, spiritu liberati sumus, dominus noster satanus et domina lamia deorum infirmitate morte et interitu libera nos. Caros meos, fac ab hac potestate libera nos a vinculus, in spiritibus infernalibus voca, et hunc inviti posside, ut nunc beati simus. O Satan et lamia, nunc nos adi, sana nos nunc infirmitatem ias, chaos et confusionum, hostum contere, qui nos invident in secundus, et omne tempus, preciosum nobis cum pulchritudine, iuventitus et pace rede, adi nos nunc, domine satanus et domina lamia, te diem potentissimum, in suo infernali spatio invocamus, satanus omnis oppressoris coget, aderere et facere secut volumus, lamia sanabit, protegat, reocabit, omnum nostrum potestatem ad infirmitate, liberum et nos resurrectorus, beata satana gloria patri, beata lamia mater gloria. Benedictus. Regna
All
terre
right. Hello,
et
guys. It
inferni
is High Priestess Jamila. How are you
cantiverent
guys doing at this witching
satanae
hour?
cantate lilia.
Let me turn this audio off.
Regna terre
It's really
conunter
sad,
Adia
and
lamia
there
in
are
cruce
some
inversa.
realities.
Salve regina orsi custodes terrae. Potenter status una ad.
It's really sad that I would have to come on here and do this, but there's so many broken people that are in this world, and uh this is the last time that I'm ever going to have this conversation. uh with social media, and anybody that feels the need, especially people that call themselves my competitors, uh it's probably time for them to go ahead and close the curtain. If you got to go through all of this, and obviously whatever it is that you were trying to do has already failed, because this is ridiculous. Okay. So y'all saw the title. Anyone that is on my social media that was sent by enemy sex workers and pimps. And the reason why I specified enemy is because, number one, I've never been in the sex industry. I've never even been approached by a male that puts women out to sell their bodies. Never. My ancestors don't do that. They don't allow that. And then also, I think it's more so a desperation thing in social media of these people. So I'm not, but and and I had to specify enemy because typically these people, they live their lives and they don't involve me. I'm not enemies with all sex workers. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not enemies with Jezebel. I'm a woman and I'm a witch, but I've never been a sex worker. Okay. And I've had a few clients that were sex workers. Okay. Throughout the years. So I don't have anything against sex workers. You have the right to do whatever you want to do with your body. So that's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to be very specific about who I am and what I do. Okay. So probably about 10 years, I ran into this lady who is obviously into sex work. Obviously. We all know who that is. She's been on here for the longest. And years ago, it was very weird. I mean, they did everything. They shut down, my spirits pretty much shut down Backpage because they kept, there was one time they put a fake ad of me on Backpage because they wanted vengeance. I guess they didn't want to feel alone in whatever they were doing. I don't know. Backpage ended up getting shut down shortly after that. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't even pay much attention to it because I don't use Backpage. I guess you could blame my spirits for doing that, but it's gone. And throughout the years, they have stalked and harassed me and my family, tried to pull us into that world. I'm thoroughly convinced. I spoke about on my other channel how they are, in my humble opinion, I feel strongly that they are in the sex industry, that they are a sex ring, and I feel like their time is numbered. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's only going to be a matter of time before they get busted, and I can always predict when that's going to happen, and I think it's going to happen to them very soon. Okay. Um so and I kind of have an idea of where all this silliness came from. I am here to say this. And, I don't need a man to speak for me, you know. Um, my reputation speaks for itself. My record speaks for itself. The jobs that I worked from the time I was 16 years of age, as well as my tax records and just reality. Okay. I am a witch. I am a shamanic witch and I am authentic. And the reason why I specify authenticity is because I'm guessing that there are some people on here that are saying they're witches or trying to practice witchcraft, but they're actually selling their bodies. No. Okay. Now, what they have done throughout the years was went to the seediest places of the internet, including the dark web, to find these lonely, confused men, I guess. And it's been quite often that throughout the years, they have sent these particular people to my channel, and they're very sick people. In fact, last month, when I cut ties with one of them that I mistakenly trusted, he fooled the hell out of me. Okay, shortly after I permanently cut ties with him, I started getting all these friend requests, and the people were friendly. They were coming in my inbox, and I was like, hey, I was like, how you doing? Are you here for a reading? Like, no, I'm here for you. And it's like, and I told them, I would tell them, hun, I'm not a prostitute. I'm not a sex worker, and block them. Right. So this had, and I'm going to tell you something. I'm not a judgmental person. But what I do think is disgusting is when somebody has chosen to go down that road and tries to force people that would never have anything to do with that. It's not a part of my destiny, it's not a part of my fate, and they can't ever change it. Okay. So if you're over in my social media following me, thinking that that is what I am about or have anything to do with that, it's time for you to go. Now, if you are possibly from that industry and you want some authentic spiritual work and an authentic reading, you're more than welcome to do that. Okay? But if you're here, you're a misogynist and you're some hating female and bitter and distraught, time for you to go. Okay? Because I don't have anything to do with that. I want to say this, and I believe that Venus is bringing me this energy. The sex industry does not own sex and love, and that's not going to ever happen. That's just like we have nothing against gay people or transgendered, but that doesn't mean that they own the symbol of the rainbow. Okay, kind of like one of those things. So, but that's like a major thing to where people from the sex industry. So for me, there was a time when I used to, and I still do talk about sex. I can talk about sex if I want. Yeah, y'all know I'm a Cancer, and Cancers have this thing to where we value love and emotions. And so for me as a Cancer, and maybe it's just the way I was raised and just my spirit, who I am. I don't lay down with somebody unless I love them, and I don't know what that is. So this is something to where my position stands. It always stands, and you can tell that these people are definitely from the sex industry. I'm gonna give you guys an example. There was years ago, again, the same thing was happening. I think it's coming from an enemy that I know for a fact who you are, and you're not fucking with me. This is somebody that used to be close to me, like family. Uh, but years ago, I was having a discussion about this very same thing. And I stated in that video, I said, well, hell, I said, I was basically saying the same thing. I was like, no, I've never done that. But if push come to shove, I mean, and they've continuously played that audio without playing the whole thing to make it look like something. I'm not on the market in that way. I am a witch, and my spirits have never failed me, just like my spirits have never failed my clients. And that is just the reality of it. And even especially my male ancestors, and we're talking about cosmic as well as earthly earth star ancestors, that was something that they were very serious about. Thank you so much. Ooh, that was something that they were serious about, and I don't know if it was because of I don't know, it's just not who I am, and so Just FYI, you come to me, you're getting authentic spiritual work. You're getting a ritual. Okay, I know how to do spiritual work. I know how to perform magic and black magic. Okay, and the only reason why these people have gotten away with doing this for years is because I'm a patient person. It is because I am a nice person. But my spirits have said that time is up for these people. They have been patient and given these people so many chances to clean it up, and they refuse to do it. So, you know, and now at this point, it's curtains for these folk. Okay. Um, and they don't have to listen to me. I'm going to state my position of who I am. And that's it. And might I say, it's very disgusting and misogynistic, also, that's one of the that's really the only reason why I would love to see Kamala get into office, is because of that. Because I'm disgusted by that. I'm disgusted by men who have such a lowered opinion of women, knowing that they are standing on the ground that women built throughout history. Everything came from the woman. For you to try to reduce her in any way, and yes, it is a reduction. It is, whenever you get through with it, because here's my whole thing about it. I'm not going to be here that long. Prostitution is one of the most evil and unnecessary creations in the world. And I realize that a woman probably create argue over it. Uh, it's it's a disconnection. It's just as bad as religion sometimes for some people. It creates mental illnesses. It's bad. It's bad. It ruins lives. And, you know, let's keep it a buck. Y'all know how I am. I am Miss Goody Two Shoes. And, when I look at that entire industry in the world, and when you look at the fact that it's a serious problem, and I'm going to tell y'all something, get under the protection of Santa Muerta. It's a serious problem with these sex rings running around here kidnapping children, and I'm not downing like men who are just lonely and maybe confused, but it's the ones that I'm concerned about are the ones that are guilty of trafficking and racketeering. And I've seen the stories, it's out in the open, how they kidnap women and children and men, how we got people in this world that are literally, we don't even be knowing it, they're slaves. It's they are the terrorists. They are. That's like awful. And my spirits will destroy those people. You keep sneaking around me. No. No. You know what I'm saying? And then I also think it's an energy thing too. You know, technically, when it comes to love and sex, if prostitution was never invented, everybody would be happy. Because you know what would happen? Instead of that male or that female that was lonely, being able to buy sex from somebody, and that's all you're doing is buying the sex. You can't, you're not buying the love, you're buying the sex. If that person would have just sat there as the hermit, not inverted but upright, and said, I need to look at myself. I need to work on something. Instead of looking for that validation outside of themselves. And I'm sorry, even when you look at that Bible, the Holy Bible, the Christian Bible, even presents prostitution and sex work to us. You know what I'm saying? And so, but that doesn't matter. Even if I were Christian, which I am certainly not, um, I wouldn't contend with that. So it's such a violation of the human experience and love. And then they wonder why they have so many issues. Now, like I said, speaking through Venus and Aphrodite, maybe it is because that is my relationship with the gods of Venus. Everybody has their own connection with the gods. But as far as I am concerned, my connection has always been with love and sex. Outside of that, it's never been that. And again, anybody that has worked sex work, I'm not downing or degrading you. This is what I'm saying. This conversation is weird to be having anyway, because you know uh it's bizarre, because I'm not trying to insult or hurt anybody. But when you're trying to force it upon somebody, and we all have free will, don't we? We all have free will. Hello, street poet. And it just don't go down like that. And I've spoken to many, many, many people throughout the years, in social media, and it doesn't go down like that for me. Okay. Now, um in fact, I've been in social media for almost 20 years. I've existed for longer than that. And it wasn't until I ran into certain people. Now, I will tell you that I ain't even gonna lie to you. I've had beefs with people within my family with this one person, and my auntie told me to stay the hell away from her, and I will. I don't, prior to it just seemed, if you are a sex worker and you're comparing yourself to somebody that's not, like, you need to get your mind right. Because why would you even compare yourself to anybody? Own your shit. If that's what you do, that's what you do. You must be paranoid or something about the situation, because it's so bizarre. But as far as, like, some of the stuff that I've seen in social media, you know what I'm saying, it's been ridiculous. It really has. And my spirits don't care who you think you are. They gonna work it out for you. Okay. And you may not like it. Having sex with I think that it all starts mixing together. A woman having sex with a man that is a dog or disgusting, or has loyalty issues, that doesn't make a woman a slut or a hoe or stupid or any of that. That's that man that needs to go and correct himself. So I don't know what frequency those people are on, but I run a business called Divine Services, and my website is divineservicesapothecary.com. Everybody that contacts me, well, the people that actually go to the website, They contact me for readings and rituals, but I've been harassed in my inbox. There's been this lonely man calling from an unknown number. And can't you see how that has hurt your life and your mind and your spirit? And we're not going to all be tainted in that way. Okay. And I'm sorry if something happened to you to where, you know, just led you down that road or that path, but it has nothing to do with Jamila. Okay. And trust me, my clients have seen my rituals. Y'all seen them. Well, my clients have. Y'all probably have seen me come and show y'all certain stuff. But like as far as like when I'm in the middle of a ritual, I only do sex magic with my man or my spirits. But when I'm doing a ritual for a client, there's been some of my clients that have seen that because some of my cleansing rituals are done in front of the client. Depends on, what's happening. And they can tell you they are authentic. you know. All right. That's pretty much all I had to say. Okay. That's why I advertise is authentic. This is not the work that I do for people is not a front business or anything. It's not a front business or anything. It's sad that I would even have to come on here and say that, but people will find out. They will find out that they shouldn't have ever done that. Okay. In the meantime, if you guys want healing, fertility work, love work, shamanic spells, shamanic love spells, money spells, and psychic readings, you guys can visit my website. I do also accept Cash App. I love Cash App. Okay. All of my information is in the video description box. But this energy of these people, my spirits don't want you here, especially if you're here and you're angry and you're hateful and you're upset. They don't want you here. You're here for the wrong reasons. Okay. Your energy is not welcome. Okay. All right, guys, that's pretty much it. Y'all have a wonderful Thursday, and I will be seeing y'all soon. Okay? All right, blessed be.